Friends, today is June 30th and we are going to harvest our garlic. I feel like it's a little earlier than usual, but we've already harvested the garlic scapes and I've seen a few pop up here and there, which I just noticed one. Depending on the variety, they don't all come up at the same time and they just blend in and it's really hard to spot all of them. So I've looked over these several times to make sure, and it's a good thing I saw this. Look. Hopefully that focused for you. Can you see? It's about to burst. So I have a hardneck variety, several different varieties of hardneck here, and so you harvest the scapes before they get too big, too far gone, before they flower and form seeds or anything like that. You want to get those garlic scapes harvested and then use them just like you would use garlic. And then you wait a little bit longer till you see the garlic look like this. And you want to harvest it at this time. Whenever you see tips yellowing and whenever you see the bottom leaves completely die back. The bottom leaves are directly linked to the papers forming around the bulb and individual cloves. And when you start to see them die back, that means that they have formed their papers. They will be good for storage. And if you wait till the whole plant dies back, then it's too far gone. It could start separating. The cloves could separate from the head and not have good storage life. So if you wait too long, then I would use that garlic or process that garlic for later use, like freezing it, and try not to store it that way. So all these garlic plants are between 25 and 50% died back, and that is a good time to harvest your garlic. So whether it's the end of June or the beginning of July, mid-July, whatever is going on in your area is when you just pay attention to the plant, not the date, not the time or anything like that, but what is the plant telling you? Let's harvest some. So over here, these will be bigger and they will be smaller over there, which you can see. They're taller here and they're shorter there. The stems are smaller this way, and that is because I started here with my biggest cloves and I kept planting, and then I was like, well, I want to fill this bed up as much as possible, so I planted some smaller ones there. The bigger the clove, the bigger the head of garlic you'll get, the bigger the plant, the thicker the stem and everything. I will process these to use as needed in the kitchen, and I will save my biggest cloves to plant in the fall. So I'm just going to start with this one here. Decent. Even bigger would be better, but I'm going to be happy and grateful for whatever we get. These two were planted together on accident. I accidentally planted two cloves together. I noticed, if you don't break them apart and you don't realize that you're planting two together, they'll still form, but they'll be really small because they're touching. And I noticed I did that twice. And when I realized it, oh no, that's a weed. And I realized that a few weeks after I did that in the fall for one of them, pulled it out, pulled them apart, replanted one and planted the other one over there. And the roots were looking great. So I was like, oh, yay. I was able to see the root system. I did not ever notice this one until a few weeks ago, but at this point it's growing. I'm not gonna mess with them. So we have two small ones here. That's okay. The one I said, oh, that's a weed. No, how did I never notice? I planted three together. Oops. Oh my gosh. This is my biggest garlic harvest ever. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is heavy. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna store these to dry in the garage. So let's head that way. Phew. Okay, the lighting's not the best in the garage. Kind of winded. But we have one of those just really cheap tablecloths that you can get from, I don't know, a dollar store or something. And we're gonna lay them out. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the garlic in the garage like you just saw us lay it out to dry for several weeks. Basically, on the screen I'll put up the storage temperatures and humidity levels that are ideal to store your garlic in. I don't have those conditions unless I throw it in my garage fridge, but I'm not doing that. After a few weeks, when the greens have died back and they're just all nice and papery, I'll cut those off, cut off the roots, separate all of these heads of garlic into individual cloves, pick out the biggest ones that I want to save and plant. And I think it was, I did the math and I forgot, but I think I need to save like 50, something like that, to fill a whole bed. And then the rest will be processed for the kitchen. So store or let them cure and dry out for a few weeks, cut off the greens, cut off the roots, store them in ideal temperatures if you want to, or process them right away by chopping them up, freezing them, whatever you want to do, and saving the ones that I want to plant. They will be fine. They'll be fine waiting until October by either keeping the head solid, because I can tell it's a big head and the cloves are going to be big, or by sticking them in the refrigerator until it's time to plant. Or what I did last year was I just left them sitting out until October. So we'll see. How about this? I will process them and deal with them when I feel like it. And if that doesn't happen until October, then it doesn't happen until October. Whatever. They can sit. I'll let them sit out in the garage. Hope that helped you. I hope your garlic's going great, and I hope you get it harvested real soon, depending on what your plant is saying to you. So feel free to like and subscribe. That way you can see what we do with the garlic later on, because in the fall, when the garden's not doing much, we switch to the kitchen and we do a lot of things in the kitchen. And we'll process these garlics in all kinds of ways. Last year we did garlic powder and we froze them in little chopped up little balls. We froze them. That way you can just throw it in the dish that you want to cook with and it's good to go. So stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe. That way you get notified. I will see you next time. I'll pop up some videos for you to watch, and have a wonderful day. Bye. Also, P.S. This one snapped when I was ripping it from the stalk. So I'm just gonna set it out there and let it dry without the stalk, and it'll be fine. The one garlic scape that I missed, I'm gonna stick in the freezer because I haven't processed the scapes yet. we went on vacation, so I pulled the scapes, stuck them in the freezer, and I still need to get them out of the freezer and process them like I would garlic heads, garlic cloves. So that video will already be out by the time you see this one. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of procrastinating on it. I don't know why. Anyways, I'm just gonna stick this last one with the rest of those, let this cure like the rest of them even though it doesn't have its stalk, and it's all good. See ya.